Welcome to another edition of the SABC News COVID-19 Global Wrap. I am Pabalole Phaka, and this week I bring you highlights of news which dominated headlines with regards to the coronavirus pandemic. However, before we delve into it, let us have a look at some global stats. The world has currently recorded over 507 million cases, with over 460 million recoveries and over 6.2 million deaths. Meanwhile, South Africa has 3,750,830 confirmed cases, with 3,631,082 recoveries and 100,276 deaths. Driven by the Omicron variant, Africa has so far recorded over 11.3 million cases of the coronavirus, with over 10.7 million recoveries and over 251,000 deaths. The Africa Centers for Disease Control and Prevention warns countries not to be complacent in the fight against COVID-19, adding that prevention measures must be upheld to avoid succumbing to another wave. South Africa has a higher rate of COVID-19 infections compared to the rest of the continent. According to the Africa CDC, over 9,000 new cases were recorded in South Africa in the last week alone, out of the over 16,500 new cases registered across the continent. The country also recorded 4,406 new cases in the past 24 hours, resulting in a 15.8% positivity rate. Other countries with high infection numbers include Zambia, Seychelles, Egypt, and Tunisia. Director for the organization, Dr. John Nkengasong, says that relaxation of COVID-19 measures in some parts of the continent should not make people forget to protect themselves. Meanwhile, only 16.3% of the continent's population has received vaccines, and Eritrea remains the only country on the continent that has yet to begin its COVID-19 vaccine rollout. In international news, the Pan-American Health Organization says COVID-19 cases fell by 2.3% last week, while deaths fell by 15.2%. However, this comes as cases have upscaled in North America with an 11.2% increase last week. In Canada, hospitalizations rose by more than 20% as the proportion of Omicron BA2 cases grew. In the United States, the Justice Department on Wednesday filed an appeal against a judge's decision to end a mask mandate on public transportation and airplanes. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention argued that the measure remained necessary for public health protection. In Asia, Shanghai authorities announced this week that tough restrictions would remain in place for the time being, even in districts where COVID-19 transmission has been reduced to zero. The decision prolongs the agony of many residents who have been confined to their homes for the majority of this month. And in Hong Kong, gyms, beauty parlors, theme parks and cinemas reopened on Thursday for the first time in more than 4 months. Many schools have also resumed in-person learning after months of online instruction. And finally, in some vaccine developments, a study conducted by Pfizer Inc. and BioNTech revealed that a third dose of its COVID-19 vaccines produced significant protection against the Omicron variant in healthy children aged 5 to 11. The drug makers said a blood serum analysis of 30 pediatric participants who received a booster dose showed a 36-fold increase in Omicron neutralizing antibodies. Neutralizing antibodies against the original version of the virus for which the vaccine was designed for increased 6-fold.